take you to the land of 10,000 lakes, a little place called Minnesota, where Anthony armbarred Aaron Rodgers and made him tap out in the first quarter as Michael Sorrentino Floyd and the Vikings were popping collars all afternoon.
Cabs are here.
T-shirt time.
GTL Gym Tan Laundry.
They've got a situation in Green Bay, or do they? Stop me if you heard this before, but a Brett will be under center for the Packers in the frozen tundra. We're talking about Hundley, folks. Vikings 23, Packers 10.
J. Moore left quite an impression as he was Christopher Walken through the Falcons secondary. Hey, I got a fever and the only prescription is not getting your kids vaccinated. Jay Cutler was wheeling and dealing, throwing for over 150 yards.
He threw 151, boom.
To a Dolphins victory, the Falcons were heavy favorites, but in a touching tribute to their former offensive line coach, Miami had a nose for the goal line all afternoon.
We go down to the New Orleans where there were 10 turnovers.
They're actually called beignets down there, boom.
The scoreboard was lit up like a co-ed on Bourbon Street, and the big birthmark Drew Brees is reminding everyone why they call it the Big Drew Breezy.
No one calls it that, boom.
The Saints go marching, 52-38.
Some spread. In our nation's capital, the liberals from San Francisco were unable to bring down the statuesque Vernon Jefferson Davis all afternoon, and the R-Words held off a late Kyle Shanahan rally to go 3-2. The 49ers have now lost 5 straight games by 3.0 points or less, or as they call it in the Bay Area, Alden Smith's breathalyzer.
Don't drink and drive, folks. Fumble! The Jets were edging for a victory as Josh McCown jerked the Patriots around all afternoon, but just couldn't quite finish. Let me be the first to congratulate Tom Brady on his record-setting 187th win. It was not too long ago that I was at the famous Candlestick Park watching Dwight Clark and the catch, and a young fan in the same end zone by the name of Tommy Brady fell in love with Chris Berman and the game of football. What a moment for the Schwam. Patriots 24, Jets 17.
He could go all the way. They're not gonna get him. To Baltimore we go, where Jordan Howard Cassell was unbelievable all day. And just look at that little...
Careful, boom.
Mitchell the Bitchel Trubisky and the Chicago Bears are as frisky as the Squam after a few duh-duh-duhs. You know, the Canadian aspirin with a nice pop. We got the Bears 27, the Ravens 24.
Will Fuller House and the Texans got it, dudes, as Houston fans look at their franchise quarterback and say, have mercy. Browns fans stay winless and ask their franchise to cut it out. Texans disenfranchise the Browns like they're enacting a voter ID law, 33-17.
Benjamin Button Roethlisberger keeps acting more like a child the older he gets, but Le'Veon, saved by the bell, showed more focus than Jesse Spano on caffeine pills. Andy Reid is so excited, so scared about this Chiefs team, and they're popping their champagne corks out of their blowholes down in Miami.
The sweetest tradition in sports, boom.
Congrats to Mercury Morris, but it looks like Andy Reid is drowning his sorrows in a Mars bar.
Standing on the corner, Jameis Winston, Tampa, Florida, such a fine sight to see. It's a Harvard, my man, my lord, in a flatbed Ford, trying to come back against AZ. Come on, AD, you're running crazy. Don't cut a switch from a cactus for your baby.
Looks like Cam Newton was wrong and Gurley's do know football. Todd Gurley, that is. Sean Connery McVay pounded The Rock all afternoon, and the Jaguars were forgetful about how to win a football game. They're not jagging off tonight in Jacksonville. Rams 27-17.
The Chargers win late with a game-winning field goal.
That's pretty cool.
No, that ain't cool. It's kicking it too hard can give you Nick Novak, who ought to know by now. The Chargers are moving up, and the Raiders are moving out of Oakland, 17-16.
All right. week 6 in the books. We just realized, too, that we have to do our taxes.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Really throws a whole damper on this whole week coming up. I said on Friday, like it dawned on me that we have 3 days to put together a television show, and I still haven't done my taxes from 2016.
The best is just a little peek behind the curtain of how Pardon My Take works. Basically, the only thing that grounds us in reality anymore is the once every other day saying, hey, what's the date, guys? And then someone throws it out there, and then we're like, oh, okay, well, oh, wow, it's August? Oh, okay, well, that's cool. I should probably, find some pants to wear soon because it's going to get cool. Oh, it's October?
I'm so dumb that
taxes.
I've been thinking about like how much time I have left to get my taxes done for the last 2 months, and it didn't occur to me until like 2 days ago, even though we say the date 3 times a week, and I think to myself every time, okay, I've got 3 weeks to do my taxes. Okay, I've got 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
It just occurred to me that I now have less than 24 hours to do my taxes.
Yes.
So, but I'm a back against the wall guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's the name of the game here. All right, week 6. This is my favorite part about the NFL. I'm going to throw this out there. I love when we get to like week 6, 7, 8, and a good team loses, and then you automatically like, that team sucks. So the Chiefs, they suck.
They're terrible.
The Falcons, they stink. The Patriots, they kind of sucked for a half.
The Giants,
they're awesome. Giants might go to the Super Bowl.
They're really awesome.
Yes.
I've been saying since the beginning of the year, finally proved right. Should we just embrace debate right now?
I mean,
are the Giants better without Odell Beckham?
Probably.
Here's a little stat for you. They played tonight in Denver.
Yep.
Denver, sabermetrically, is the farthest away city in the NFL from sea level, where boats exist. So have they cracked the curse of the boat?
Put it up. Put 2 and 2 together there. Equals 4. I love. And people always are like, "Oh, that's just recency bias." I love recency bias.
Yeah,
it's my favorite thing. It's how I judge everything. Jay Cutler's the greatest quarterback in the NFL.
Well, it's a "What have you done for me lately?" league.
Yeah,
people forget that.
Yeah,
and actually, there's nothing wrong with recency bias. The stuff that you experience more recently is the truest.
Yes, exactly. Saints, awesome,
really good.
The Lions stink. Browns. No, they still
stink.
Yep,
they still stink. Recently, they stink too, but they used to stink also.
They historically stink.
If you're looking through the multiverses, there's every single multiverse has the Browns sucking in it. They max out at 6 and 10.
No, there's that one time when they played the Broncos like every year and lost in heartbreaking fashion.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like
the
they were okay.
1980s.
80s, whatever. Yeah, sounds good. It's when they used actual paint on the field, so the players would come off the field after a game and have like paint all over their bodies. I love that shit.
What about when they used to use actual like lye for the lines?
Yes.
And it would just burn through your skin during games.
Von Miller, probably allergic to that too.
No, but Von Miller could probably play on lye, but he can't play on grass.
All right, so the big story though, Aaron Rodgers hurt and injured.
Possibly injured.
Yes, collarbone broken. Packers are now in dire need of some help. I think they're going to just go with Brett Hundley because everyone does the whole like, well, if Brett Hundley is your quarterback of the future, you might as well. Listen. The Packers they did not draft Brett Hundley being like, that's our quarterback of the future. They drafted him because they needed some warm body to be behind Aaron Rodgers, and now it's going to suck for him.
I think they just drafted Brett Hundley just to have somebody that in theory could challenge Aaron Rodgers, just because Aaron Rodgers, I'm just going off my eyeballs here. He seems like a guy that can get complacent.
Yes.
That's just my working theory. So if he has someone who is taken like the first 4 rounds behind him, then he has to show up on time.
Now, I don't like Aaron Rodgers. I actually hate him. I do think the NFL is much worse without him because we already have a league with very few good quarterbacks, and Aaron Rodgers is probably the best one in the NFL. But there is no better quarterback to get injured purely from a rumors standpoint when it comes to who the Packers can bring in. You have Kaepernick, you have Tony Romo from Wisconsin, and Brett Favre.
Yeah, I was going to say that there is a quarterback out there that has experience with Packers wins in the playoffs. It's not Favre, but it's Romo. Romo did not deny it.
Yes.
So actually, he didn't address it, but
no, he
in
didn't
the biz, here's a little journalist trick. Okay. I didn't hear denial from him. So he has been very quiet, a little too quiet about that. He is a Wisconsin guy. He grew up idolizing Brett Favre. I don't know if that's true, but I mean, he probably did.
Sure.
So I think it would be great to see him ditch Jim Nantz and have Jay Cutler retire right now and then join that booth.
Ooh, I'll take that. I would bet tomorrow morning, Tony Romo's going to wake up in his palatial estate in Dallas area, and he's going to hop on.
I think he just lives in Jerry Jones' house.
He's going to hop on the treadmill. He's gonna maybe run like 2 miles, see if he's still got it, be out of shape, be like, you know what, maybe. I need Romo. I need the rumors to be out there.
Yes.
I need one of those. My favorite rumor is the private workout. I need the closed door workout for Romo. Maybe someone from the Packers. Maybe they fly a
down.
lucky owner down to Dallas.
I don't know if
some cheesehead and they let him watch.
I don't know if Bus Cook is involved at all with Tony Romo, but he should be for this purpose right here. Bus Cook just needs to take him to a high school, work him out, or if you are the Packers, you could bring in. I just want to see them bring in Matt Flynn as a Lions specialist. So only when they play against the Lions, Matt Flynn gets to play. But yeah, I think you're on the right track with Romo. If the Packers are looking for a quarterback with a sturdy collarbone, you can do no worse than Tony Romo.
Yeah, him behind that offensive line would be fantastic. Hey, Romo, come on back just to get one more crippling injury and have us all have the camera, the camera that goes overhead on the wire, just slowly go over Tony Romo's lifeless, crumpled up body on the ground. That shot.
I thought you were going to
see that shot every year.
I thought you were going to say with Romo's luck, just have the spider cam go over him and just fall and land on his back and break his xiphoid process again.
Yes. All right. We have more football coming up.
Wait, breaking news.
Yeah.
Ed Werder asked if Brett Favre was going to come back.
And what did he say?
Brett Favre said absolutely not. So,
but that's not a no.
It's not a no.
Yeah.
It's not a no.
Yeah, that's not a no.
Absolutely
that's
not. Actually, hang on. I'm going to read between the lines. Ed Werder asked Brett Favre if he would come back, and Brett Favre said absolutely.
Not.
But you're right.
Right.
We're both right, though.
Yeah.
Brett Favre said he would absolutely come back.
Yes. Brett Favre, little rumor out there, saw him throwing the pigskin around with some underage boys down in Mississippi. He's at the local high school. He's coaching, but whoops, he just happened to run 7-on-7 the other day. Weird.
I want to see him take the field in all his copper fit. I just want him to be like a copper fit robot out there just wheeling and dealing.
Can we start a GoFundMe to get Brett Favre back? If J.J. Watt can raise $30 million for hurricane relief, I guarantee that if all the football fans in America come together and we're like, hey, we want to watch Brett Favre just throw the fucking ball around the yard just a couple more times and get the shit kicked out of him and then get up and throw it really hard again to triple coverage, I guarantee we could raise $100 million.
You know what? I don't think that Brett Favre needs the money, but I think I know what he does need. He's got everything in the world except he's always going to have people making fun of him for having a small dick. If we do
allegedly.
I saw
yeah,
pictures.
No, I saw it. But allegedly because some of us have small dicks, so by
we're not
juxtaposition,
we're
it might have been big.
We're sex positive.
Right.
You're right. But what we can, that's something that if you have all the money in the world, you still want to get rid of that as your reputation. I'm going to create a moveon.org. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Or change.org.
Sure.
Change.org. I'm going to create a petition saying, Brett, we hereby pledge to never make a small dick joke at your expense if you come back. And by the way, this is also a great way for the NFL to increase ratings because you can't tell me that you wouldn't tune in to watch Brett Favre put on the pads one more time and get out there.
Right. Hey, Brett, if you're listening to this, and we know you are, we stand by our word when we say we will not make fun of your smaller penis anymore because look at us. Just 2 weeks ago, we said we wouldn't make fun of Rick Pitino jizzing down his leg in 15 seconds just because he had a little too much calamari and white wine. And here we are. We have not made one single joke about Rick Pitino jizzing down his leg in 15 seconds.
We have not. So please come back. Not on your leg.
Yeah, exactly. All right. We have quickly baseball talk. The Yankees are down 0-2. The Cubs are down 0-2. Joe Madden.
Is he okay?
I don't know what's going on.
He got a little bit of Dusty in him. That's what happened.
So
he caught Dusty.
Either Wade Davis is hurt, which then it makes sense, which then you have to say he's hurt, or Joe Madden has lost his fucking mind because he brought in John Lackey. The first time John Lackey's been pitching in baseball for 25 years and seems like that, and it's the first time he's ever pitched back-to-back games, and you brought him in the ninth in a tie game with a runner on second, and what would you look at that? John Lackey gave up a game-winning home run. So I don't know what the fuck's going on, but I'm worried. I'm scared.
I mean, I think that you nailed it. There's really only two options.
Yeah.
One, like Wade is maybe he just had diarrhea.
He's like Zach Britton all over from last year again.
Yeah.
Just, hey, maybe we're just saving him so that. Oh, actually, that might be it. Maybe
he's going to start game 3.
No, well, maybe Joe realizes the bullpen's so bad they need to save Wade Davis so that one game he can pitch 5 innings of relief.
Or maybe Joe Madden just bet on the Dodgers.
True.
Maybe you've got a little cock in the hen house.
I'd say as much as I really hate Joe Madden at this very moment, is where like 20 minutes after this happened, I also think the offense probably needs some blame when you score 3 runs in 2 games. That's tough.
Right. So what's Madden going to do to get like he's going to pull out a wacky stunt on the plane ride home?
Maybe like a mime.
Magic tricks?
Yeah.
I made the Cubs World Series hopes disappear.
You know what's funny is that I know that there's a whole like, oh, everyone thinks Joe Madden's so fucking great. I don't think he's that great in game. I think he's pretty good at rallying a team and getting a team together and like getting the most out of a young team. But I would say in game he leaves a little to desire.
I don't think I'm speaking out of turn when I say that we are an anti-nerd podcast. We're pretty clear on that.
Oh, but he doesn't. Joe Madden's actually been going against the nerds.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think in baseball there's room for a nerd on the managing staff.
Yeah.
You need a clubhouse guy like your Dusty, like your Madden during the regular season, and then in the playoffs you just bring in like the biggest egghead that you can find, Nate Silver.
Yeah.
And you bring Nate Silver and you sit him on the bench and you say, don't talk to anybody, Nate. I'm going to put a computer in front of you with 3 buttons, and you get to use those 3 buttons to make your decisions just based purely on the numbers.
No, Joe's going with his like the deepest part of his gut. He's going with like his balls this series because he went Kyle Schwarber against Clayton Kershaw when everyone's like, oh, that's probably a really bad idea, and then he just didn't have Kyle Schwarber at bat at all in game 2. So he's zigging and zagging. He doesn't know he's weaving. He's all over the road. Well, that's okay. We'll see.
Let's get a panic button update from you then. Are you pressing it?
No, I'm not.
What's the window like for the Cubs?
Still open? I think if the Cubs can, as long as they win 2 games at Wrigley, which I guess they would have to keep the series alive. So that's just a little math for you right there.
No, that was good.
As long as they win 2 games at Wrigley, I still think the Dodgers, if you push them a little, they'll start to fold. They're a little soft.
Are you saying that because they're from the state of California?
That would be correct.
Okay.
Although they showed after every game, they've been showing these fucking little kids who are just like screaming for the Dodgers, and I'm get triggered.
Yeah.
I need a safe space because Cali teens they could kick my fucking ass.
Listen, I'm a guy with long hair, but I get very intimidated when I see like a 9-year-old
with his shirt off,
long hair,
just flexing in my face,
long hair, and he's got his cap on with his perfectly straight brim across it, and he's got his boxers up and his like jeans sagging, and he's 9 and he's listening to music I don't even know about yet.
Saturday night game 1, they showed a fucking Dodgers fan who was probably 55, and he was doing the hang 10 surfs up like brah. And I like almost cried in my living room. I was just like, get this fucking guy out of here. Like he's just flexing right in my face.
Right. It's a 9-year-old like sipping on a milkshake from In-N-Out and like hand rolling a joint in his other hand.
Yeah, he's like, hey brah, about to go bang one out with a MILF in the fucking parking lot. Want to come?
The kid's just like he like greets. If I walked up to him, I was like, sup, dude. He'd be like, you cop?
Yeah. He just fucking punched me right in the nose. I'd cry. All right, let's get to our Who's Back. Before we do that, wanted to talk to you guys about Muggsy Jeans. This is a friend of mine who started this company in Chicago. Muggsy Jeans are stylish jeans that are comfortable as sweatpants. I've been wearing them for years. They are super, super soft. I know everyone out there, they don't want to wear jeans because maybe they're a little too rigid. These literally do feel like you're wearing sweatpants, and they look good, so you get both. And all Muggsy jeans come in a stylish cut. So like I said, you look good, you feel good, you play good. Deion Sanders taught us that. The return policies, no questions asked, free returns and exchanges, so you have nothing to lose by giving it a try. The best-looking, most comfortable men's jeans ever, made it just $98. And you can get $10 off using the code PMT right now. So use code PMT, and it's MuggsyJeans.com. That's MUGSY jeans.com, MuggsyJeans.com. Like I said, I've been wearing them forever. They are comfortable. They're stylish. They're not super expensive either, $98, and you get $10 off, so I'm giving them to you for $88. Just put in that promo code PMT, MuggsyJeans.com. Do it right now. For you big guys out there, a little stretch. You got that little stretch. You need a stretch on your jeans. You got a stretch problem? Well, there you go. MugsyJeans.com. Use that promo code PMT. All right, who's back of the week? Team who's back, Tiger Woods. He's like inching up slowly. Is that your who's back?
No.
Okay, so he's inching up slowly. He had a putt, he had a wedge, he had a driver.
He's also wearing shorts.
He's also wearing shorts. That's a big step, I think.
Well, in golf, no.
Well, no,
shorts,
just like who's back.
No.
Shorts are back.
Shorts
wearing
are
them.
back.
Shorts are never back
left.
in golf because it's illegal.
Yeah, that's true.
PED to cover up your calves.
So Tiger, he's I love this. It's just all the Tiger fanboys are getting themselves all.
You see what he's wearing that red today?
Yeah, wow. Ooh,
Gets
it must
blood going.
Oh, and it was Sunday.
Sunday.
Oh, you think what I'm thinking, boys?
He's back.
All right, Hank, why don't you start us off, buddy?
PFT, how about you go?
You mean that?
Actually, no. My who's back of the week is animals running on the field and announcers commentating their every move and thinking it's the funniest thing ever.
Yes.
Okay.
Funniest thing ever.
It happened in the Oregon-Stanford game, and then they went on for
Wait,
like
how do you pronounce that state?
Oh, don't do that.
Oregon.
I hate.
Okay.
You can say whatever you want.
How do you say it?
Oregon.
Say whatever.
The-
I say
the-
Oregon. Say Oregon.
The Oregon Trail.
Nevada. Whatever.
Tomato, Oregon.
Don't
Whatever.
state shame him. Don't
Anyway.
you fucking state shame him.
No state income tax.
Okay.
Is there?
In Oregon?
No, Oregon does have one. Oregon doesn't.
Okay.
Because it's not real.
Got it.
That's my who's back of the week. There was a squirrel running on the field. He announced it for like a full minute and a half, and then a player on the O team's sideline picked the squirrel up with his bare hands.
There was also a jackrabbit. Did you see that too?
Oh, that's what I meant.
That
It
was
was a
the
rabbit,
jackrabbit.
not
All
a
right.
squirrel.
Yeah,
My bad.
it's okay. I think. Well, I saw when that happened, they had like one of their trainers carry the rabbit off, and it was really sweet. They like wrapped the rabbit up in a towel.
Yeah. So
and,
that's how they braise it for the stew.
well, I'm just saying when they were walking off with it, the guy was looking down at the rabbit, and I think he kissed it a couple times because it's just like human nature if you're carrying something
Yeah,
like cute and
something
fuzzy.
soft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw him. He
Kiss,
looked down at it,
kiss.
and he just went like gave it a little peck, and then he looked around. He's like, "Why'd I do that?
Wait, what the fuck? Why
I
did I
just
do
kissed
that?
a wild animal.
Oh, that's funny. All right.
Now I've got a hair lip."
Who do you got? Who do you got for who's back?
My who's back is the word aberration. So it's
Huh.
aberration
Very
season.
relatable.
Well, because
What's it mean?
Yeah.
it means
For those who don't know.
Yeah, for like some of our award-winning listeners
Okay.
who might not know what that means. Why don't you explain it?
No, I'd be happy to explain it. Aberration means when something happens that doesn't usually happen. So, for example, the Giants won. Is that who they are, or is it an aberration?
That's who they are.
Yeah, so people... Like, the only time the word aberration is ever used is in football, because if you're a football guy, you get a dictionary when you become a coach, and you only are allowed to use 3 big words. It's
Yep.
like stick-to-itiveness, which I don't even think is a word.
That's not a word.
Lackadaisical,
Yep.
which isn't a word. It's lackadaisical, but it's lackadaisical. And then the third is aberration. And so you hear it this time of year, you have 6 or 7 teams in the top 25, I think,
Yeah.
in college that lost over the weekend. And so I heard a shitload of people saying, is this an aberration, or is this who we thought they were?
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Clemson?
Clemson. Well, that's Clemsoning, so
Yeah,
that's not an
that is.
aberration.
I love that Clemsoning is back. Dabo does not like Did you see Dabo pull the Coach K, by the way?
He got fired up, yeah.
He went and congratulated the other team in their locker room.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
all
I would
class.
hate that if someone did that.
Yeah, of course you'd hate it. It's it is the most like look at me move ever, so that someone will tweet it and be like, Dabo, what a fucking good. And I like Dabo. I actually like Dabo. I think he's a fucking good coach, and I like his like videos where he's doing weird dances with the players. But that's a Coach K move, and that I do not like.
It's
Coach
a move
K.
that you pull when you don't know what to do when you lose. When
Yeah.
you haven't lost in a long time, you're like,
Yeah.
I guess I'm supposed to. This is like their Super Bowl, so I guess I better say
It
hi.
actually, Coach K would go one step further and be like, "Hey guys, you missed how to cover a punt, so let me show you guys. Let me draw this up for you guys real quick."
No, Coach K would go in there and be like, "Hey, you guys won. That was a great game, but several of your students were on the field and they were cussing.
Yeah,
after the
didn't
game,
like
and
that.
so I
Safety first.
You know, it's a kids' game. You know, there are families here. I think you guys need to do something about that.
Student athletes. All right, my who's back. I got 2 real quick.
Oh,
Feet.
shocker.
Feet are back. Steph Curry has been outed as a foot fetish guy by his wife. I don't really understand. I feel like that's something you got to keep maybe
in house.
Well,
in
actually,
bedroom?
now that I'm talking about it, maybe there's probably a Steph Curry, Rex Ryan-esque tape out there, and so they're getting ahead of the story here. If you're a real foot guy, because like iCloud leaks are a big thing, so if this ever happens and it's just like a ton of pictures of Ayesha Curry's feet, now we can't laugh at it because it's known fact. Now, you know what? Curry's I'm going to tip my hat to you. That was a good
That's
PR
pretty good.
101 for you.
Hey, Steph, why, what you do within the confines of your bedroom, that's your business. Don't be rubbing it in my face.
Yeah.
That's not what this is about. You keep that stuff to your Christian bedroom, and you don't make me listen about it.
Also, Aisha said, so when he says to send nudes, he gets a picture of my bare feet. There's no way that Steph Curry says send nudes.
No.
He's probably like, hey, honey, send that pie you're working up on your Instagram stories.
Looking back on it, he's got some balls releasing white sneakers.
Yes.
If all he's doing is fucking feet, you got that you can't dress up like a virgin. You can't make your feet look like virgins if you got your dick all over 'em.
True. Facts only. All right, my second who's back, Airbnb. So Airbnb is back in a big way because you hear this? Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
They are going to start making apartments that are only for Airbnb.
Wait. Okay. Hang on.
They invented hotels.
Right.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty fucking smart of them.
Oh, wow. That's
right?
actually real. I see some legs in this.
Yeah, this is like when you just take an idea that is very well known and everyone uses and be like, hey, we're inventing Airbnb, but it's all apartments. It's all the whole apartment building's Airbnb, and you can stay for 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, whatever. You can stay in a queen bed, a king bed, 2 bed. There might be a pool there.
Somebody will come change your towels
you
for you.
Check in when you come in.
You can order porn on the TVs.
It's fucking genius.
That's
Airbnb
actually pretty smart.
knows what they're
That's
doing.
It's like you saw a couple years ago, like Uber made like a giant Uber that everybody could use, and it followed the same routes every day, and it was a bus.
Exactly. That's it. Like Uber Pool.
Yeah.
Uber Pool is just a fucking
It's a
bus.
small.
It's a smaller
small
bus.
buses.
Yeah. It's fucking smart. We need to get on that. We need to start inventing shit that already exists.
Okay, I'm on it. I'm thinking about it right now.
Audio recordings that go on your phone. Every Monday,
good.
Wednesday, Friday.
How about this? It's kind of like it's a rental service. Like it's like Netflix, except it's for books, but it's free.
Ugh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So you just get you can go check books out, and you don't have to pay for them.
No.
And they have stuff for kids
I'm out.
and adults.
I'm out.
And they give you a card that you can put in your wallet.
I'm out.
So you feel like you're a member of a club.
Ooh, how about this? How about chips?
Call it Booker. Bookr.
You guys like chips, right? What if we put them in a can? A cylinder.
That's pretty good. So you stack them?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's wild. Folks. That's wild.
Oh, baby. All right. We got to get to Football Guy of the Week. Before we do that, SeatGeek, everyone out there, I'm going to give you some free money right this second. Take this down. SeatGeek. Put in the promo code TAKE. It is the SeatGeek app. It's free to download. Put in that promo code TAKE. That's $10 off. SeatGeek saves you time and money by searching multiple ticket sites to compare prices and find amazing deals. And to get you the most bang for your buck, SeatGeek grades every ticket based on value to help you immediately identify the best seats that fit your budget. Plus, every purchase is fully guaranteed. Make SeatGeek your go-to app for finding the best deals on every type of ticket, from sports and concerts to comedy and theater. I use SeatGeek. Every single time I need to go to a game, I just pop open that SeatGeek app. Boom. I'm in the stadium in a second. And I'm giving you that free money. It is literally free. I'm giving it to you. It's promo code TAKE, T-A-K-E. Put it in the SeatGeek app when you order that first ticket, and you get $10 off. That's a free beer. That's from us to you. SeatGeek, promo code TAKE. It's super easy. Do it. You got everything going on now. College football, NFL, Major League Baseball playoffs, NBA, NHL. SeatGeek has it all. Do it now. All right, Football Guy of the Week. We got some good ones this week. So first up, we have Will Muschamp, coach of South Carolina. He went on a tirade. He had a couple great quotes. The first was he said his best friend is competition. So that's, his only friend. So I'm sure his wife is like sitting there like, wait, what?
So I
thought I was your best friend.
His best friend is proving that he's better than other people.
Yes,
okay,
exactly. And then he went on a little rant about the rule where if a player loses their helmet, they have to stop playing and they have to sit out a play.
Yeah.
So he said that he doesn't like that because if it were up to him and if he lost his helmet, he'd go stick his face into the fire over and over.
Right.
And it should be the player's choice.
It actually feels better. Yeah. My body, my choice. I agree with that 100%. I think you're actually statistically less likely to get a concussion when you're not wearing a helmet.
Agreed.
Because you protect your head more. That's that's a basic fact of human reaction to things.
I just like the fact that he said he'd stick his head in the fire over and over. Will Muschamp definitely he goes in the kitchen every single morning and he touches all the burners just in case. And he's like, shit, I burned myself again. you know what? I'd do it again.
Yeah, I love Will Muschamp. I love how at any given moment, it doesn't matter if it's 20 degrees outside or 60, he is always like full sweat.
Yeah,
just
he's
dripping in sweat.
His hair is just always wet.
So for him, he probably doesn't need a helmet. His head deflects off somebody when he hits it.
Yeah.
It's like when you give a guy a bunch of Vaseline before he gets into a boxing ring.
Exactly.
He also said that he blamed all the like leg injuries on his team because his players weren't drinking enough milk.
Facts.
So he learned that from Harbaugh.
Yeah.
So every now and again, Muschamp, I feel like I should almost call him a fake football guy because he steals things from other football guys.
Yeah.
But I don't think that he knows that he's stealing. I think he just like he hears things.
Yeah.
And he doesn't attribute them to anybody. He just like absorbs them into his own mind.
Yeah.
And then repeats them like without thinking about it.
Yeah.
So the milk thing, I'll give that to you, Muschamp.
Next up, we have Mike Gundy, Oklahoma State head coach. He whipped off his shirt, and I'm going to throw a red flag on this football guy. Mike Gundy's in really good shape.
I don't like that.
I think he's in too good a shape.
Nothing counteracts a mullet like having a six-pack.
Right.
It says that you're a fake mullet guy.
Yes, without a doubt. Unless you have like a bunch of like snake tattoos or something.
Yeah,
like
that'd be
swords.
badass.
Then you're back to being a real mullet.
There's also a difference between like a jail six-pack
yeah.
that you get from like eating canned tuna and just doing sit-ups on a board all day.
Yeah, or like a motorcycle six-pack,
Yeah.
like when you sit on one of those physio balls, you're sitting on your bike all day and you get that fucking ripped ass six-pack.
Right. Mike Gundy's six-pack is like 50-year-old man six-pack who has an ab roller.
Yeah, he definitely cares about his looks, and I'm throwing the red flag. I think Mike Gundy's getting his football guy man card revoked. This is fucked up. I'm going to do it.
The mullet has gone to his head.
Yeah, Cliff Kingsbury's another one like that. I mean, I was watching, obviously, our guy, a shout out to Hank's best friend, Dana Holgerson. Big win.
Huge.
For West Virginia.
Huge win.
Let's go Ears.
Yes, huge win.
Huge comeback.
I love how Bleacher Report, those fucking nerds, called it a huge upset when it was West Virginia was favored by 4. But either way, Cliff Kingsbury's another one where he looks too nice. You can't look that nice and that pretty and be a football guy.
Right.
You're a fake-ass football guy.
Yes, I agree 100%. It looks like you've never stuck your face in a fire before.
Right. Okay, so Mike Gundy, wow. First time ever. We'll put him up for vote.
Tell you what.
You know what? Let's put him up for vote and let's
on-
just see if he gets the least amount of votes.
I would just say he's on probation.
Okay. All right.
We're
and
watching
then next up we had Todd Haley, who, shout out to Todd Haley, he realized that he had the best running back in the NFL. That was an interesting move to be like, oh, maybe I should just run the ball a shitload. Maybe the way to win is to not have Big Ben throw the ball.
I love what an asshole Todd Haley is, and the fact that his name gets brought up like every offseason as another head coaching potential hire, and then he doesn't get any interviews because everyone across the league is just like, you are a huge dick, you're insane, you and your wife like trash houses. You remember that story that came out?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
They allegedly like trashed a house for 2 years that they
Yeah.
were renting or something
Yeah.
and caused $500,000 worth of
Allegedly.
damage to a $200,000 house.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm getting some of these numbers wrong.
Allegedly. Yeah.
But the fact remains, like, he's very much he's a guy that you want to keep like at arm's length. But I think him and Ben have like a special chemistry where like they're two assholes, but they like respect each other.
Right.
It's
Barely.
like, you're a dick, I'm a dick. Let's just be dicks to different people.
Yeah, right. So you take care of that side of the team, I'll take care of this side of the team. But
It's like when you're in a fight fighting back to back with somebody. That's what they're doing.
Todd Haley, they had a good game plan against the Chiefs, and then he celebrated by headbutting Antonio Brown with Antonio Brown still wearing his helmet. So that's old school football guy. Just being like, fuck it, I'm just going full headbutt here.
Every high school team in America has one guy that does that before the game. He's usually the backup linebacker and doesn't really play very much, but he's like the hype up guy.
Yeah.
And so he'll greet everybody right after they run through the banner that the cheerleaders are holding before the game. And he'll greet them with a headbutt and start bleeding from his face.
Yeah.
And nobody really cares, and they don't send the trainer over to him because you're like, dude, you're not getting.
And then he tells everyone now, like 15 years later, he's like, yeah, I got like 6 or 7 concussions in high school.
But I'm not
He's
a
like,
pussy.
He only played like 4 plays.
Yeah. They're all from just hyping people up.
All right, last up we had Les Miles,
Fewer miles.
who returned to LSU and ate some grass again. Also gave a little tip that the root of the grass is the perfect snack.
That's actually true.
Yes.
So when you see a farmer in an old-timey cartoon snacking on like a piece of grass or a thing of wheat, they always go and stem first, so he knows.
Do you think Les and Coach O, do you think they had a little stare down?
I don't know. I feel like Les knows that Coach O is like the big dog on the block now.
Well, I think if Les just hung around long enough, I think Coach O would just be like, am I the assistant again? and just gotta go back to like being the Les is a hype guy or whatever.
He's a member of the Tiger family.
Yeah. Coach O, by the way, is very back in a big way.
Well, I was going to
Huge
say
way.
Coach O back of the week, but like he was back last week.
Yes, but he's
but
really
then
back.
he left before halftime, and then he came back in the second half.
It's gonna suck when he loses by like 40 to Alabama.
He's not, man.
Also,
we got a physical football team. We're ready to run the ball at anybody. The best part about that game was in the first half. I don't know if you watched that offense go to work, but they were doing absolutely nothing with the ball, and then they called one jet sweep. And the receiver ran for like 20 yards, and Coach O was like, "We're gonna run the jet sweep
What's
now.
that fancy one with the faster guy?
We're gonna run that jet sweep till they stop it."
Yeah.
And so they ran about 8 jet sweeps, and they only gained yardage on like their next 2, but they just kept running because that's the only thing that Coach O knew would work.
Mark Trestman used to do that. He used to be like, let's get Alshon involved by making him a running back. All right, and also special shout out to Ichiro, who said that if he doesn't know what to do after baseball, he might just die.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad.
Isn't it? He's going to walk into that forest in Japan that everybody goes into to die. You remember that one?
Right. Yes, I do. I don't.
I'm really glad we don't have one of those in America. The death forest. That sounds like a bad thing to have.
That'd actually be kind of cool to visit.
Yeah.
Let's get to Dana White. What do you got for us, PFT?
I want to talk to you guys about something very, very near and dear to my heart. That's right. It's Buffalo Wild Wings. I love it. Think about your first jersey, okay? The button-up T-ball tee that you had, the glossy numbers of basketball uniform, or the awesomeness of a football jersey over pads. It didn't make you a good athlete. It didn't guarantee wins, but it did make you part of a team. That's why Buffalo Wild Wings has teamed up with the Boys and Girls Club of America to establish Team Up for Kids, dedicated to improving the lives of our nation's youth. This program provides jerseys, equipment, and the chance to play to kids in need. So remember that first jersey and donate today. Visit B-Dubs in October or BuffaloWildWings.com/giving for more details. That's BuffaloWildWings.com/giving for more details. Check it out.
All right, let's get to.
I love Buffalo Wild. This isn't
You
part of
do.
the ad.
You do.
I'm thinking about chicken
You
wings
do.
now.
I love them too. All right, let's get to president of the
that was an
UFC. No, it wasn't. It was just PFT talking. It was just like, hey, this is my favorite thing.
I know it wasn't an ad because you weren't pissing in the sink while I was saying.
I did not go to piss in the sink yet. President of the UFC, Dana White. All right, we now welcome on a very, very special guest. It is Dana White, president of the UFC.
What's up?
Very, very, very happy to actually finally meet you. We've been chasing you for a while now. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Does a guy like you know when like someone like us is chasing you, or does that just never get to your level?
No, it doesn't get to me unless I bump into you somewhere and you
Right.
say, "Hey, I've been trying to get you on the show."
I
And
feel,
it happens.
Yeah, I feel like every interview that you do, we have to start with you telling us where you've been in the last like 5 days. Because usually, like, I've been in Rio, and I went to Moscow,
I've been in
and
London. I've been in Germany.
Where have you been? Seriously,
London, Germany, here, and then after I do this, I'm going to Toronto, and then I'm going to Montreal, and then I'm going home.
And then you usually go like, oh yeah, and then I'm picking up a bag in Vegas, and then I got to go down to Korea.
This is after this one, I'm home for a while.
What's
so-
wild is like after going to all these places, then you go back to Vegas to lay low for a while.
Yeah, I love it in Vegas.
Just chill out.
That's
Just
where
relax.
I love to lay low. Yes,
Real
yes.
easy to do.
So I
I
should
was
have.
just driving through the traffic here in New York, man.
It's
I
the
was
worst.
ready to jump out of the car and kill myself.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Greatest city in the world.
Yes,
You see any
beautiful.
rats? Did you make friends with any rats?
No rats.
No.
rats.
So New York, let's talk about that. We also have Robbie with us, who is our MMA expert. So UFC 217. Robbie, why don't you ask a question about UFC 217? Let's get a little promo in.
So let me ask you, where is more animosity, in the main event between Michael Bisping and George St. Pierre, who didn't really know each other before this fight,
No.
or the former teammates turned enemies,
Yes.
co-main event?
Co-main event, 100%. Way more animosity there than and like hardcore and deep and real.
Do you think they like actually want to kill each other?
Yeah, they
don't wanna
are.
wait for
not-
the
I think
octagon?
it's more on Cody's side than it is on than it is on TJ's side. But yes,
And do you think Cody is justified in calling TJ a snake?
that's personal. I don't know, man. That's there's two sides to every story, and then there's the truth somewhere in between. So.
Good question,
So,
Robbie.
yeah, that was a good question.
diving right in.
Yeah. So what does a good like fight promotion look like to you? Is there sometimes when you're like, I don't have to do anything here? These guys can just they hate each other, or is there sometimes where you have to really get it like worked up and get them to a lather?
No, it's always real. I don't try to fabricate or make anybody say or do anything. Has anybody ever told you look like Anchorman?
I get a lot of different things. Yeah, I get a lot of different. The mustache is very prominent. Yeah.
Yeah. Elliot, we got Anchorman over here.
I get a lot of like Pablo Escobar, Narcos, like
Yeah, that's
extra.
a good one too.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
So
I couldn't help but notice you changed the subject there, though.
Yeah.
That was very interesting on your part.
What
So
did I
you've-
change the subject
So you've
about?
never ever fabricated a
Oh
storyline.
no, I've never fabricated a fight.
and you're looking up into the left,
And now
right
you're scratching
fighting
your chin.
Yeah.
I've never fabricated
Yeah.
a No, I never have.
Okay.
What are you guys looking for lies signs
Yeah,
or
well,
no,
something
but
like signals or?
I think a lot of people thought McGregor and Mayweather didn't really hate each other.
Let me tell you this. Well, I'll tell you what happened with Mayweather McGregor. So, Showtime, it was a Showtime event. You know, they were the co-promoter of this thing, and he felt like Showtime did him dirty the first day because they didn't really tell us what we were doing, how it was all going to lay out. It was all sort of loosey-goosey.
Right.
And then Mayweather came out and just started attacking Conor. Then Conor went to say, talk to him about hitting women and the mics got killed.
Yep.
And then Conor was game on.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yeah,
so-
and he came right out after Espinoza, the guy who runs Showtime the next day, and Floyd, and it got real.
Yeah.
You know, at first it was two guys that were going to fight. They had said some stuff back and forth, and then once they did that stuff to him the first day in L.A., Conor went Conor.
And there were some reports that that the guys took a flight together at one point, and
They
you
never
said
took
that
a flight
wasn't
together.
true. I'm a big flight aware guy, flight tracker guy, because
Yeah.
we get really into coaching searches in the off season. So there was a flight that was tail F69420. That was I
bell?
tracked personally. That seemed to be like it was the flight. Your
No.
comment.
So Conor had a plane that brought him from. It was actually a video blog where our planes land the same time at LAX, and we bump into each other.
Almost like it was really convenient that you were able to be in the same frame at the same time.
It would say that it would feel that way, but swear to God, on my daughter's life, we landed at the same time at LAX.
All right, just chill out. You don't have to
Yeah.
bring your daughter into
And
it.
Floyd's plane was there too. No, you guys are like total conspiracy.
Yeah. Oh no.
No,
We got a lot.
Yeah, no. They never flew together, ever.
Okay.
Now,
Here's
Floyd isn't like that.
Here's an easier question.
Floyd isn't a jump on my plane kind of guy.
Yeah, I would imagine.
He needs some elbow room on that thing.
Yeah.
Do you still want to beat up Darren Ravel?
Darren Ravel, he's a douche.
He's a douche. I played him one-on-one in basketball, beat him
I hope
11-0.
Did you beat him?
He barely
11 to
even got-
nothing.
Yeah, 11-0.
That doesn't surprise me
Domination.
at all. The guy tries to act all whatever. He looked like he doesn't have a coordinated bone in his body.
He's a nerd.
He's a total nerd.
Big time nerd.
Yes.
So do you still like if you see Darren Ravel in like a alley, you like no one knows.
No, it's not
You
even-
shove him, you give him a swirly or something.
No,
There's a
that'd be
toilet
like-
in the alley too.
Were,
It's weird.
Were you allowed to pick on girls when you were in school? No,
That's-
it's the same thing. It's like picking on girls.
Yeah. Darren Ravel, he's something else.
Can I ask a follow up there?
yeah.
Darren Ravel or Ariel Helwani?
No, Ravel more than Helwani, to be honest with you. Helwani is just, that's a whole nother level.
He's a goof.
He's
Yeah.
a
clown.
Ooh, what about our friend? We have we're personal friends with Stitch Duran.
Yeah, no, Stitch and I came up together.
Yeah.
You know, we came up together, and he got a little nutty, and lost his mind. But hey, I'm sure he's doing fine.
Yeah, he is. He actually is. We saw him before the Mayweather-McGregor fight. You talked about McGregor kind of going off in like the press conferences and stuff. Do you ever get nervous that he's gonna like go totally rogue? And he kind of has at
Yeah,
some
he
points.
has.
You know,
Oh, he
obviously,
totally has.
you know, saying that he
The monster-
retires
he
from
threw
everything.
I don't ever worry about retiring.
You
People-
never ever worry like he
Ever.
actually is gonna walk away.
Anybody who wants to walk away should walk away.
Right.
Including Conor. Everybody who says I want to retire should retire in this sport. You don't stick around in this sport if the R word even pops into your head. But yeah, there's been times Conor threw the monster cans at the Diaz fight, and then another time at the Eddie Alvarez fight, we thought Eddie Alvarez threw the chair. He picked up the chair and was going to throw the chair back at Eddie Alvarez. Yeah, we've had a couple of Conor.
Was the
Going
monster
down.
thing? So we are kind of connected dots, guys. We thought the monster thing was just like a viral advertisement for Monster Energy drinks. 'Cause that's right in your demo.
I believe that you believe that.
Oh yeah.
All the UFC guys are at home banging monsters. That's like the,
Conor's getting sued for that.
Ooh.
really.
Yeah, he's getting sued.
But the
one of
but
the people.
ad money you got is more than the lawsuit. So net.
Hopefully,
you guys
in
are
Conor's
okay.
case, yes,
Yeah.
that's the case.
Yeah. Is it ever hard being the president of like such a rough and tough
fighting league and having a girl's name?
No, it hasn't affected me so far.
Well, I've been thinking about it, so it affects me.
You don't like it?
No, I don't. I would appreciate if you were like a Tony or like a Frank. I think the UFC would be better that way. I actually do.
You might be right.
Yeah, I just like every now and then I'm like, oh, Dana, okay, all right, I guess we can do this.
I've always been interested to know, like, when did you decide that you would rather make money off of other people fighting than fighting yourself?
Myself.
Yeah. You'd be a great defense
No, I
contractor.
figured that out pretty young. Yeah. I when I was younger, I wanted to be a professional boxer. It's all I used to think about, dream about, care about. Then one day you realize you're not it.
You just got punched in the face too many times.
It wasn't that. It was just you're not talented enough to get there.
Yeah.
Like a Darren Ravel type situation.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So right, when
You can't play sports, and so then you start making best friends with like the General Mills people and just regurgitating their press releases.
Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, follow-up question to Darren Ravel. Can I have some money? You sold the UFC for a bunch of, what was it, $4 billion?
Yeah.
$4.2 billion?
Yeah.
How much money you got in your pocket?
What do you need?
I don't know, like a couple grand. Just
Yeah.
take the edge off.
I got a couple grand.
Just if you happen to leave it behind.
No problem.
All right. Well, we'll figure that out after. We'll turn off the cameras. Maybe do like a rogue monster. I'll throw a Monster Energy off your head.
Yeah.
And then you can give me money, and we'll be like, oh
How
my
much
god,
how much is Reebok paying you to wear that jacket?
yeah. This is a UFC jacket.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know if that's a UFC jacket. I think
pretty
that's
good.
a women's tennis jacket.
See, I actually know. So you don't wear any. You never put on any logos that aren't your own.
No.
You're just like
I
not-
got Adidas.
okay. Oh, all right. Rick Pitino.
Is that a women's tennis jacket?
No, it's not a women's tennis
no.
jacket.
And
Women's
even
golf.
if it was,
I know
we're
what you're
might
trying
be
to do,
women's golf.
Dana.
yeah, we're Serena guys. So Serena's the greatest athlete of the last 500 years.
Turn the table here. All right. Are you real question? Are you mad at John Jones?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm mad at Jon Jones.
So have you talked to him like at length since?
We
No?
haven't talked at all.
Okay.
Are you disappointed in him?
Very.
That's even worse. Like when your parents are just disappointed in you.
Very.
Is there any? Is he have any chance to come back and do another fight, or is this kind of?
I think that he's got to go through USADA and the California State Athletic Commission, but I think he's gonna be in big trouble.
Yeah. It's. I mean, and he would have been probably the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I think he is the greatest of all time. I think if he had done everything the way he should have, he'd be a huge superstar. He might even be the heavyweight champion of the world.
Well, all right. So Robbie told me that there's actually one slot open for UFC 217, right? Is it TBD?
Yes,
TBD.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So I wrote down a couple of matchups that maybe we could do.
Let's
So
talk.
you tell me yes or no. Okay.
Yep.
We'll start with this one. Jon Jones, Brock Lesnar, steroids are legal.
Say
People
that
want to
again?
see that. Jon
Yes.
Jones, Brock Lesnar, steroids
Steroids
are
are
legal. Maybe we'll fight on like a ship or something.
Right.
We'll like like international waters.
Yeah. No,
Maybe?
that'd be fun.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
All right. What about you versus Darren Ravel, and Ravel gets
Oh.
like a low grade taser? Like not something that will knock you out, but something that will stun you a little. You got to build up like a little bit of a.
Still, that one's still not fair.
Okay. All right.
Give him a high grade taser.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, what if you have an opportunity to make world peace here? Like, what if it was Trump and Kim Jong Il?
Trump and
That would be good.
Trump and Kim, huh?
Yeah. Maybe like a chess match, an actual chess match.
I like it.
That would be fun. What about Butterbean versus anyone? Literally anyone. We just want Butterbean back.
Where is Butterbean?
I don't know. I thought you would
I
know.
have no idea.
You don't have.
I
You don't
haven't
have eyes
seen
on
that guy
Butterbean
forever.
What the
No.
hell? You got to take care of your guys.
Yeah.
He's a
Butterbean
legend.
isn't my guy.
Well, yeah, he's not technically your guy, but he's like all of our guys. Like Butterbean's a
royal.
national treasure, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
What
Like,
about-
we collectively have to watch out for Butterbean?
What if you just had like Brock Lesnar against the head of USADA?
Against the
Just some nerd in a lab coat, and just let Brock Lesnar just go to town on him.
Yeah.
Just, but the USADA guy has like all his piss on him, so he can like throw like deadly piss on
Yeah.
Lesnar.
Okay.
I think these are some good ideas.
I got one last one. Steven Seagal versus like 15 like real beta male liberal like limp dick guys who are like, no, we don't
Did
want
you
to fight
see
you.
that George Foreman just called him out?
Did he?
Oh, yeah,
So
I
then
did see
George
that.
Foreman
just
versus
called out
Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Make
do
it
that.
happen.
That's a
Make-
fun one.
Your
Trust
dream-
me,
your
I
rainmaker.
would love to make that one happen.
Okay.
Have you ever done DMT with Joe Rogan?
Ever done what?
DMT with Joe Rogan?
No, I don't even know what that is.
No, you've never done drugs with Joe Rogan.
No, I've never done drugs.
Wow,
Really?
nerd, man card.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
Dana.
not a drug
Ravel
guy.
are two
I'm
pieces
not
of
a
pod.
drug guy at all. Not a drug guy.
The George St. Pierre, who's fighting UFC 217, which will be in Madison Square Garden, he once said, 3 things that excite me are women, dinosaurs, and the violence of the octagon. Do a marry, fuck, kill for that right now.
Who said that?
George St. Pierre.
George St. Pierre. Say that again.
So you give us the quote, Robbie.
So he said there are 3 things that excite me in this world: a woman, dinosaurs, and the violence of the UFC octagon.
So marry, fuck, kill those 3.
Dinosaurs.
Pretty cool. We probably aren't sitting here without dinosaurs.
Marry, fuck, kill those.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
So it was if you're George St. Pierre?
No,
No,
you
you personally.
Dana White.
Would you marry a dinosaur?
No.
Would
Kill-
you, would you
kill
fuck
the
a dinosaur?
So the
Wait a
question
minute.
really,
Yeah, this is- wait
what do
a
you
minute.
like more, violence
Wait
in
a
the
minute.
octagon or
Let me
women?
get on my game here and pay
Yeah,
attention.
you gotta sit up here. This is an important question.
Yeah, I guess you would marry the dinosaur.
No, you kill the dinosaur.
No, don't tell him how to
Okay,
answer
I'm not
this.
gonna tell you how to answer it.
Fuck the girl
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
and kill the violence of the octagon?
Yeah,
You would-
don't wanna
so
do
you would
that.
ruin your own
You'd
sport.
ruin your own
You
sport.
wouldn't have a job.
This
Yeah.
is the weirdest fucking question I've ever been asked.
You answered. You answered it very poorly.
Yes, very poorly. You failed that
Yeah.
question.
So what is yours?
I'd probably kill the dinosaurs. I'd probably
Murder.
have sex with the violence, and then marry the women.
That's the correct answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the correct answer. That's an alpha answer.
Oh,
You gave us the beta answer.
I married violence. Can't get enough of the barbaric human cockfighting.
Yes, give us Robbie. Give us another UFC 217 question.
So, Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Rose Namajunas for the strawweight championship of the world.
Right.
Did
Is
you
that
make
a-
those names up?
No, I did not.
Okay. I think
Is that a promoter's dream for you? Because either way, it's going to be an exciting fight, and both are such likable, like great personalities.
Absolutely. It's a great fight. And they're both gangsters when it comes to fighting. And I expect it to be a very, very good fight. And I think a lot of people underestimate the ground game of Rose in that fight.
We saw it against Paige Van Zandt. She
Absolutely.
really bent her into a ball.
Yes, she did.
All right.
Good
Good
I like
question,
how
Robbie.
you locked back into like you're actually doing press mode,
Uh-huh.
and now you're back with us.
Now you're back in the weird
So you
seat.
want to change your fuck kill answer?
I saw on TV this morning somebody made you go through your text messages because they were like drilling in on you to see if you were going to let McGregor fight in WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And so you had text with Vince McMahon. Would you let McGregor fight in WrestleMania if he wanted to?
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
But as of now, that's not your texts say that's not on the table.
Yeah, so the story was out there that he was, going to be in the, WrestleMania. It's not true. When you have the New York Post writing shit that's not true, and the LA Times and things like that, it's a little irritating.
yeah,
On both sides.
I would imagine. Would you let Vince write you into like a plot line?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Really?
No.
That's a good answer, because then when you do, we're like, it's real, it's not fake.
Everything we
thinking
do is real. The Ultimate Fighter, our reality show is very real.
All right, so I actually have a question kind of along those lines. The big fights that you guys have had recently. So you had, CM Punk, which felt like kind of a sideshow when you watched it and saw him get, beat up pretty quickly. The Mayweather-McGregor fight was huge numbers. Brock Lesnar or John Jones would have happened if John Jones didn't have this. Are you worried at all about the UFC? Because the UFC's draw has always been that the best guy can get up there and win, and it's just kind of like it's a process of elimination. Like this guy, if he just stays the course and keeps fighting, he'll win this division. Now the mega fights are there, and the big paydays are there. So do you think that kind of undermines it a little? What you guys have been?
No. I mean, the way that we've always done it is the best always fight the best, From the time you come into the UFC, if we think you're a guy who has the potential to get somewhere. Normally in boxing, the way they would do it is they would feed guys to that guy. Mm-hmm. We do the exact opposite. We put you in against the best in the world, and if you really are the best, you rise to the top. But when the fights come that are big money fights, it's like, how could I deny Conor McGregor?
Right.
that opportunity to make that kind of money.
Are you worried at all that he's kind of shifted the balance now, where he gets, fighters probably are going to be demanding more and more money as they get bigger and bigger?
That's always going to happen. It's happened since the day we bought the company, and it'll happen till the day I'm gone. It's human nature to want more money.
Yeah.
Everybody wants more money.
What do you think would have been the impact on UFC had McGregor won that fight?
Huge. I mean, it's massive. If McGregor won that fight, it'd be so huge.
I think he got a moral victory, and it
Yeah.
counted
Yeah.
against Floyd's
I agree.
professional record.
Would he
49.
have?
Well, there were people saying, like Max Kellerman and a lot of other boxing experts, that he wouldn't hit Floyd Mayweather once.
Yeah.
He wouldn't land one punch.
Right. Do you think there'll ever be a number two? Mayweather McGregor number two?
I never say never, but I doubt it.
Okay. You actually owe us money because we were at the fight and we walked in and the guy selling beer outside was like, last call at like 8:30, and we freaked out. We're like, no, oh shit.
We got like 5 beers.
So we ordered way too many drinks. Got way too drunk. And so that's your fault.
And then I lost money at the
Yeah.
casino later
Yeah,
because I was
so you owe
I
us
had been
money.
overserved.
Yeah.
That's
Basically
MGM's
at your
fault.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So-
MGM's fault.
Well,
We're
I
the
mean,
idiots
this-
who go to Vegas and think there's actually a last call in Vegas.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
We ordered all the drinks and then we stopped and we're like, wait, we're in Vegas. This is the dumbest thing we've ever done.
Would
So,
you like to apologize? We'll
I
take
doubt
our
that.
just
I
an
doubt
apology.
that, but yeah,
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. It was a good fight.
I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So with the state of New York, the UFC kind of has an interesting history, kind of getting MMA kind of legalized in the state. What was that process like? Did it take longer than you thought it would?
No, I would have to say it actually went faster than I thought it would. This whole process with the UFC, getting it sanctioned. New York obviously took a long time, but everybody else was about as soon as we expected it to take. What I'm really blown away is how fast everybody learned the ground game. When you think about our society, we grew up with John Wayne movies where you don't hit a man when he's down. He'd hit a guy and stand him up and hit him again. The ground game is very, if you don't do it, it's hard to figure out, the different jiu-jitsu moves. But people picked it up quick. That's what surprised me the most, is how many people fell in love with the sport and were able to understand it as quickly as they did.
Were you hurt when that guy called it human cockfighting? Were you like, hey, it's actually
That was before my time.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was Butterbean's
Senator
time.
John McCain.
Yeah.
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 Well, that was McCain that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, that is messed up. When we look back, Ronda Rousey, underrated or overrated?
No, underrated. Look at what she did. Look at what she built.
There weren't a lot of it's kind of like if Babe Ruth had to face like Pedro Martinez, like if those eras like somehow combined very quickly because
But she started it.
right. But
She
then,
started it all. You had such a dominant female fighter, and she was so badass, and she spoke well, and she was pretty. That whole combination of what she was is what built the women's mixed martial arts.
It's like a chicken and the egg kind of
phenomenon.
thing. If she didn't build it, there would have been no one who could have been better than her to beat her.
But you could say the same thing about some of the early Anderson Silva. Was
Right.
he the You could say that about a lot of people. She was the right person at the right time to do it.
Okay, that makes sense. Robbie, you got another one?
Yep. So Johnny Hendricks is fighting at UFC 217.
Right.
He went from, in the span of a few years, unofficially beating GSP to missing weight a bunch of times, pulling last minute from a title fight, and he's 1-4 in his last fights. Where does the UFC stand with Johnny Hendricks?
Well, he's fighting he's the co-main event of the Fox prelims that night, and he won his last fight, so obviously this is a big fight for him.
Yep.
Big fight.
But if he loses, is it time to start thinking about retirement for him? You think?
I think so. I think he would have to start looking at retirement.
Fun fact about Johnny Hendricks: his career peaked when I did a commercial with him, Reebok commercial.
Oh,
I
really?
did and then he hasn't won since. I don't think.
What did you guys do?
It was for internet only, so whatever, not a big deal. Like, didn't go on TV, but you could see it if you went on YouTube. It was pretty cool. I had a cameo, like a 3-second cameo. So
What was the premise?
I stole some shoes from a woman, and then he kick me in the chest.
That was, Big Cat actually didn't know that he was in a video. He just
Yeah,
stole
just, you know,
shoes
living-
and got beat up.
You stole a jacket, too.
Yeah, there you go.
It was actually just a commercial for like World's Wildest Police Chases.
Yeah.
That was just Big Cat getting tackled by Johnny Hendricks.
I alluded to this before we started. Why don't you have John Anik be the face of the UFC?
Be the face of the UFC?
Yeah, the face of the
number
UFC.
one
You
face.
should actually, you should retire. You should resign and let John be the president.
I'll think about it.
Okay.
I'll consider it.
I mean, he is a good people
Everyone loves
see-
John.
Yeah, everyone loves John.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
He actually paid us to say that. So
He's a
we're
nice
making
guy.
money on both ends here.
Oh, here's a good question. Did Jesus tap?
Apparently he didn't.
He didn't. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
apparently
That
he did
settles
not.
that.
That's
I've
finally
seen it on the
settles
back of so many trucks, and I didn't know whether or not it was true.
All right. Do you have any other questions?
I think we're good.
Yeah. Do you have any questions, Robbie?
I have one more.
Okay.
You said the best are always fighting the best, but it looks like Conor McGregor's next fight will be against Nate Diaz to finish out the trilogy.
No, that's not true.
Ooh. Yes.
Are you positive about that?
You're a nerd, Robbie.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I saw that,
positive.
Dana.
I would bet you that his next fight would be against Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
And would you consider doing Croke Park for that fight? Because you've been teasing Croke Park for so long,
What's
so many
that
years
mean?
now.
It's a huge stadium, like soccer stadium in Ireland.
Got it.
Maybe on St. Patrick's Day.
Got it. Ooh.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
have a
Yeah,
couple pints.
That all sounds great. But
be
it's,
only one
business
Conor
partners.
McGregor.
it's probably going to be Tony Ferguson in Las Vegas. But we do want to do Croke Park. The reason we haven't done Croke Park yet with Connor is because we can't get it done over there. You know, they have a curfew at what time you got to be out of there. They have noise ordinances.
The Irish have a curfew.
Yeah. You have to
Yeah,
be
they
home
do.
having sex with your wife
Yeah.
at 7 p.m. every night
Gotta
to make
some
another baby.
children, Yeah. Wait, so you said not true? No, Diaz versus McGregor is not
It's not
next.
true.
I can confirm that it will be McGregor versus Diaz.
This is like a
okay.
he's like a
It is-
mini Ravel right
It
now.
has literally not even been talked about.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, now it has.
You winked at
been
me a
talked
little
about.
there. We're
It's
talking
been talked
about it right
about.
now. Yeah, PFT's right.
No, it's literally not been talked
Okay,
about.
but now it's
you're
in your
talking
head.
About it
We're
right
talking
now,
about
so
it.
it literally has been talked about.
I guess so.
You've talked about it a lot.
Dana White
We're
has talked
programming your
about
mind
it.
right
Nate
now.
Diaz
Wow.
versus Conor McGregor.
Diaz McGregor's happening. Diaz McGregor.
I actually have
McGregor's
one
happening.
last question. Who is the most famous person on your cell phone?
The most famous person on my cell phone. I don't know.
Trump.
I mean, Vince is pretty famous. Trump
Ooh,
is pretty
wanna
famous.
You want to call
Vince?
Donnie?
The
wanna call-
Rock is pretty famous.
Ooh, want to call The Rock? Should we call him? Want to call him?
We've talked to The Rock before.
I don't want to call him.
Recurring
You wanna
guest.
call
No,
Vince?
no, he knows us.
Want to call Vince? We'll write you in the storyline, WrestleMania. Want to
Yeah.
call him?
No,
We could call him.
I don't want to call him.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Last chance.
I'm good.
Okay. All right. All right, Dana White. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun. It was worth the chase. So, and think about changing your name. What's your middle name?
Frederick.
Freddie. Freddie White. It's
Freddie
built
White.
right
Are
in
you
there.
kidding me?
It gets worse.
Try it for a year. See if pay-per-views go up, and then come back and talk to me.
I will.
Do it.
Freddie White.
White.
Freddie White is
Freddie
perfect,
White
yeah.
is like,
That's
like
a
a Quentin
fight promoter.
Tarantino
Yes,
movie,
that is
yeah.
perfect.
yeah, you're like one of the badasses. Freddie White. Yeah, I like that. Freddie White.
Deal.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Freddie.
All right.
That interview was brought to you by BetDSI.com. BetDSI.com has been in business for over 20 years, paying winners. They're A+ rated on most sportsbook review sites. You can use your sports knowledge to make some extra cash. It's super easy to use. It's got a mobile playing interface that you can use to play, win, and get paid. They offer odds on everything football, including live betting and props as games are in action. They also offer odds on pretty much everything else, including all major sports, politics, reality television, pretty much everything. Use promo code TAKE25 and get a $25 free wager just for registering. If you decide to deposit, you're going to get a 200% bonus match on your money. I play there myself. I recommend BetDSI if you want to add a little excitement to the games you're watching. Once again, go to BetDSI.com, use promo code TAKE25, and get a free $25 wager on the house and 200% extra bonus when you deposit. That's promo code TAKE25 to get your free wager and start winning today.
All right, let's get to some segments. Before we do that, though, why don't we give the people a little preview of Barstool Van Talk? It's coming up.
That's right.
It's coming up. If you missed Friday's show, which that's fucked up that you did.
Yeah, first of all, we're going to pause so that you can apologize to your speakers, right?
And then yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I forgive you.
Okay, now we're gonna pause and
Wow, that was very nice of you.
Yeah, it was.
Now we're gonna pause for an hour and 10 minutes so you can go listen to the whole show.
Just kidding. Okay. All right. Barstool Van Talk, though. It is debuting 1 a.m. There's been a little confusion. I think we have a little time zone confusion. This is like the bodybuilder forum where we're trying to figure out the days of the week.
I'm very confused by it.
Okay. So Tuesday. So we say Tuesday night as in when you're up. You wake up on Tuesday morning, okay? The Barstool Van Talk will be on.
Hopefully you wake up.
Yeah, hopefully you wake up. Barstool Van Talk.
No, let's start from you do your taxes on Monday,
and then you watch Monday Night Football. You go to bed. You wake up. You wake up on Tuesday before you go to sleep again. Barstool Van Talk will be on. So it's Wednesday morning at 1 a.m.
But I don't.
Tuesday night 1 a.m.
If you're in Mountain Time or the West Coast, it's actually. It is Tuesday night.
It is Tuesday night. It's like 10 p.m. or 11 p.m.
Tuesday night.
Or
let's
midnight.
Go off that makes it better.
You know what? Let's get this right. It's midnight on Tuesday night.
Okay, so in Chicago, it's midnight Tuesday night.
Yes.
Okay.
In Central
at
Time.
10, 11, 12, and 1.
Yes.
Yeah, so that so
I think we just made this more confusing.
Either way, okay, so you know it. So don't go to sleep. When you wake up on Tuesday, say to yourself, when you wake up on Tuesday, you tweet us and you say,
check your guide.
I will not go to sleep until I watch Barstool Van Talk.
You watch Barstool Van Talk before your waiver wire submissions are accepted in fantasy football.
No one gives a no one gives a shit, man. Come on. All right. So we have Scott Van Pelt. We saw the cut of the interview, and it's fucking funny.
It's pretty good.
It's really funny.
But don't say it's so funny because then
okay,
people
it was
will
okay.
Be like, wow, it's not as funny as Big Cat made it seem.
Okay,
it's
it was good.
It's a good
It was
interview.
decent.
Scott is a great guy. He's a friend of the show. He was as comfortable as anybody can be in the back of Vanny Woodhead.
He didn't jerk us off.
Dude, spoilers.
But you. Okay, he was comfortable.
He might have jerked us off.
Yeah, true. You're gonna have to watch to
come
find
on.
out what happens. But it's gonna be fun. We are very excited about it. We're very excited about episode 1. We hope everyone watches. Tweet us. Let's be interactive about it. And bonus, we're gonna do a late night, like maybe Instagram Live after the show.
We'll answer all your questions.
So follow Barstool Van Talk on Instagram. It's a new account, and we're going to do the Instagram Live from there, and we'll chop it up with people at 1:30 in the morning, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night. Tuesday night,
Wednesday morning.
Okay, let's get to some segments. First up, we have Trouble in Paradise. This is for the Browns. Their entire organization got the old classic finger point. Everyone's finger pointing.
When you're pointing your finger, you've got 3 fingers pointing right back at you.
Were you Homer Simpson?
I was going to say unless you're JPP.
Oh, true.
Point your finger at me right now. Do it.
Wait, you don't count your thumb?
Thumb doesn't count because your thumb's going out. Now your thumb's going. You're giving a thumbs up to Jesus.
No, I'm doing the there you go.
Yeah, 3 point right back at you. So
bad radio.
Accountability.
I'm pointing my finger right now.
There is trouble in that paradise that is the Cleveland Browns front. Oh, hey, live look at the Cleveland Browns facility.
Okay, I'm closing my eyes.
There's a dumpster fire.
Yep.
It's still burning because remember that literal one that was a dumpster fire?
I see it
a couple weeks ago. So yeah, Hugh Jackson, I guess, is complaining that he is not getting like enough control over the Cleveland Browns. Do you really want full control over the Browns though? That's like saying you want to drive a car that doesn't have brakes.
Yeah, that's going to be trouble. That's going to be trouble if you have full control of the Browns. But this is my favorite part about sports is when the front office and the coach are on the outs with each other, and they're trying to figure out who's going to survive here because only one can survive. It's very rare the owner's going to let everyone go, right? They always go back to the draft. I wanted this guy. They wait till one guy's good. Ooh, look at Deshaun Watson. He's fucking good. I wanted Deshaun Watson. So,
and usually in that scenario, it's the front office guy that sticks around, the general manager, just because, like, here's a little tip for anybody out there in corporate America, if you have an office job. If you spend more time with your boss than the other guy that's gunning for the same job, your boss is going to keep you around. Just by, like, if you're around people, you're like, okay, I think I like that guy more because or girl, because I haven't seen them do anything, like, completely fucked up. So, in my head, they're a good person. So, I think Hugh's going to lose that power struggle. Plus, anytime you can get somebody that set the New York Mets up for success, the way that these Mets have been set up in your organization, that's the guy you want to hold on to.
And Hugh Jackson has won like 2 games in the last 2 years, maybe.
Quarterback whisper.
Yeah, he's whispering to him right now. Kevin Hogan,
throw an interception.
Yeah, throw another one so I can put in Deshaun Kaiser. All right, now throw another one so I can put back in Kevin Hogan.
I actually wouldn't put it past the Browns to have wanted to select Deshaun Watson, and then they just wrote down Deshaun on the card, and the guy that gets up there is like, oh, shit, I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Notre Dame, they're close.
Yeah, we'll take him. All right, next up we have Grumors. Grumors are back. Jon Gruden was in Knoxville this weekend.
Ooh.
There is a Monday Night Football game in Nashville, but Jon Gruden was a grad assistant at Tennessee like 40 years ago.
But wait, Knoxville, that's not Nashville.
But
That's
and wait, hey,
a couple hours away.
they have Tennessee's fine though. They have a coach.
No, they've got
right?
a really good coach.
Yeah, they love him.
His name's Butch Jones. That's a badass name for a coach.
Oh, that Butch
No,
Jones.
they don't love him.
Yeah.
Every other team in the SEC loves him.
Yeah, so I love Grumors. I don't think Jon Gruden's going to a college team, but even still, that's got to be the worst feeling in the world when you're not only on the hot seat, you're Butch Jones, your team sucks, you suck as a coach, everyone hates you, the other opposing teams are wearing
Your family's
Butch Jones.
embarrassed of you.
Your
You're in
wife
bad
hasn't
shape.
talked to you for months.
You smell.
It sucks. Your face is always red, and you still stink. And then Jon Gruden comes to town, and he's just like, Jon Gruden's at the bar. Jon Gruden's at the restaurant. Jon Gruden's in the stands.
Jon
He's
Gruden's
just
been in
fucking-
Hooters for 3 days.
That's got to be the worst feeling. You're just looking around, and it's just like he's like those twins in Breaking Bad who just like walk around killing people. That's Jon Gruden when he comes to town.
Jon Gruden just shows up with like a playbook in one hand and a giant axe in the other,
just
and just
like,
hangs out
fuck.
and lets people know that he's there.
Yeah.
I'll say this: Jon Gruden would look excellent in that Tennessee
Yes,
orange.
he would.
That the tan that he's got with his freckles would pop in that orange,
And a fucking
his
nice,
hair.
a nice visor.
Yeah, the visor and the hair
I can
matching
see
up
it.
with that.
I can see it. They have a Hooters in Knoxville.
you-
Look up and see if they have a Hooters
you
in
think?
Knoxville. See how many Hooters they have in
Yeah.
Knoxville. All right, we have a talking soccer. This is no, we're not going to talk about the U.S. men's team because they didn't make the World Cup, and we won't
So they
talk
don't
about
exist
them for like 3
you know
years.
What? The U.S. soccer team is the women's team.
Yeah.
I'm a women's supporter.
Hell yeah, I
in
am.
soccer and football.
But talking soccer, the doctor from what is it? What's the movie called?
The Island of Dr. Moreau.
No, what Umalu? Will Smith.
Tell the truth.
Yeah, that guy. He has come out and said the soccer
Concussion?
Yeah. He said the soccer industry should stop denying the truth and basically saying head injuries in soccer are a serious deal.
Are you saying that FIFA's trying to cover up some untoward activity? This guy's pretty smart.
Yeah, he's onto something.
I had my doubts about Omalo, but if he's a wise guy. So here's the thing.
Big time whistleblower over here.
Why don't they just, if he's so concerned about concussions in soccer, just like give the players helmets? Maybe give them some other pads.
Let
them carry the ball.
There are the rare
Takeaway headers.
goalies who wear those stupid fucking helmets. They look like helmets that like Princeton wore playing actual football, not this fake ass football, soccer, actual football in like 1920.
The rugby helmets.
Yeah, okay.
Scrum caps.
So yeah, the goalie. Why do the goalies wear those?
Because occasionally you get kneed in the head if you're a goalie.
So what? Then you
Kicked
get
in
a
the head?
then you get a little.
No, you don't get a
cobwebs.
concussion because
you
you're not.
shake off the cobwebs.
Yeah, you get nicked up.
Yeah,
your brain
right.
gets nicked.
Right, exactly. You put a little smelling salts.
You're fine.
Maybe someone slaps you in the side of the head, and you're
Well,
fine.
a couple guys. Yeah, maybe. Maybe their brains are just flopping. Maybe that's the problem with soccer.
Good call. Either way, I'm here for the soccer for CTE coming for soccer because guess what? You hear that sound? You hear it? You hear it? That's Bob Lee just cashing another paycheck.
Dude, it combines his two favorite things in the world: FIFA, corruption, and concussions.
Bob Lee saw this story and was like,
he got
cha-ching.
the world's tiniest boner.
Yeah, he's like, honey, put another wing on the house. Soccer's about to have a CTE scandal. Oh man, Liam, what do you got?
There's 2 Hooters in
Two
Knoxville.
Hooters. You got
What a letdown.
That is a bit of a letdown.
it's okay. You got the good one and you got the bad one.
Yeah, you got the
you got the one you
the
go to when you're
weekdays and the weekends.
well, or the one after a loss and then the one after a win. Treat yourself to the good place.
True. All right. Finishing up, we
Hey,
have.
this just occurred to me when it comes to like CTE and concussions and all that.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so yeah, now we're going after soccer. Why don't we go after like math? Why don't we go after learning? Because when you think about it, all learning is a bunch of electrons running into each other. A lot of mini collisions inside your head probably makes you dumber in the long term.
basically like playing the offensive line.
Everyone who's ever been to school has died. That's a fact. So
That's facts only, right
maybe
there.
we should stop learning.
Jesus Christ, you dropping that on a Sunday night is not.
Jesus never went to school,
Yeah, but he died.
but then he came
He's
back to
coming
life.
back to life. Yeah, you're right. Okay,
Checkmate.
Busted again. All right. Last up, we have Mike Greenberg's dumb rules. Mike Greenberg, he's a big Jets fan. There's a lot of controversy because the Jets were on the wrong end of a pretty shitty rule. Well, I think we all can admit that. He tweeted, "I've written and deleted quite a few tweets since that call, as any of them might get my account suspended. What a disgrace." I would love to see what Mike Greenberg thinks would get his Twitter account suspended. I would love to see it. Gosh darn it. Oh, flagged.
My wife told me to stop swearing so much. I said, shoot.
Sometimes I watch porn. Nope, just kidding.
Just kidding,
Yeah,
folks.
nope, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, like, oh man, the Jets just had a terrible loss. I'm gonna pull up Brazzers real quick. Nope, that will get you banned. Either way, I have a Mike Greenberg's dumb rule because I think sports are getting. This is kind of a theme. We had it with the Nationals with the toe popping off the plate or the first base. We had it with this Jets thing. I think we should actually get rid of instant replay. Just
entirely?
Altogether, just give it all the power back to the refs and the umps. We would just be living in a like what happens is these things happen where we'll watch instant replays. I feel like I watch instant replays more than I watch sports now.
Well, that's actually true. So when
Right.
you watch an NFL game,
Right.
you watch about 11 minutes of live action.
Right.
And I'm going to disagree with you. Don't get rid of replays. Replays are fucking awesome. But don't give them to the refs.
Don't give them
because
then we'll get mad.
No, yeah, exactly. Is there any better feeling in the world than being mad at somebody about sports?
Maybe they give us like replays, but from really far away.
No,
I don't know.
all
I just
22.
know that every fucking play now gets dissected a million different ways, and basically, if you have your finger off the ball for a second or your toe off a bag for like a centimeter, it's just everything's ruined. I just say get rid of all replay. Let's just make the get rid of the yellow line too. Let's go back to that.
Let's get rid of all sports.
Yeah. No,
Well,
I'm
and
not
also-
saying that.
Well, it sounds like that's what you're
No,
saying.
I'm saying
You're
let's
talking
play
about
the
taking-
sports and let's let the refs decide.
It sounds like
Joe
you're
West
taking a
would be
major
behind me.
step back.
No.
Okay. I'm with you. Let's get rid of some of the replay. Let's flash back to like the year 1998 in terms of replay. That's
Okay.
when it reached its pinnacle.
Yeah.
We had the puck track system on Fox,
Yes.
which all hockey
That
fans
was when
would
the
agree.
yellow line came about.
That's amazing technology to
Yep.
be able to see a hockey puck. That's when technology
Good old
reached its
days.
peak.
Yes. Okay. Listen. I'm
AOL
fine with
chat
that.
rooms, bring back AIM.
All I know is that Mike Greenberg is like a split second away from getting banned on Twitter, and that's not a world I want to live in.
Yeah, I think Mike Greenberg's thought of like why he was going to get banned was tweeting out like, I just typed so many things that would have gotten me banned.
Right.
In his mind, he's like, I'm admitting to a major rules
Right.
infraction of
Oh,
the terms
man.
of service.
My mind has some dirty thoughts. All right, that's our show. We'll see everyone Wednesday. No, we'll see everyone Tuesday.
Wait,
Wednesday
morning.
Fuck. We're
Tuesday
back in
night,
this. All
Wednesday
right.
morning.
So watch Barstool Van Talk. It's ESPN2. We're really proud of it. It's going to be fun.
Just stay up until you see our faces on television.
And
don't go to sleep.
And here's really why you have to watch it. Scott Van Pelt is going to be on the podcast on Wednesday, and he's on Barstool's Van Talk on Tuesday. You're going to want to watch and listen. Do it both. Do a little double dip. Let's have some fun. And like we said, we'll see you. We'll actually see you. Barstool Van Talk, ESPN2, 1 a.m. Eastern, Wednesday morning, Tuesday night, whatever. You can figure it out. And then also right after on the Instagram Live, and then right after that on the podcast.
Love you guys.
Take